All right, guess what, everyone? I just finished up Stormfront by Jim Butcher, and I'm here to give you my thoughts on it as I'm speaking to you. I'm a little quiet right now because I don't want to wake up my roommate sleeping in the next door. So, yeah, I liked it. That was honestly y- you know, when Jim Butcher said, like, oh, you should probably skip it. I wouldn't blame anyone if they skip this. Like, it's not the greatest, but it was just kind of like very mediocre. Like, the villain I thought was kind of blah. Like, you think, like, he sets up a villain in the beginning who you'd think would be like the clear bad guy, and he doesn't do that. He just throws a plot twist in there. And another thing that I want to say is he kind of sets up this world, this like Chicago world, kind of perfectly. Like, he doesn't throw everything at you. He doesn't like he blends the familiar and the non-familiar super well. And almost like, if you've ever seen Supernatural, that's what I was thinking when I first saw this. I was like, this feels like if Supernatural was in one location and you took Sam out of the story. Like Supernatural had a bunch of wacky things and mysterious things going on, and and you like Supernatural had a lot of, what's the word, like mysterious things going on in other towns in America. But here it's like you could go down the street and find something new, and there's a bunch of different factions in this, kind of like a Supernatural, but not quite. Supernatural didn't have a lot of emphasis on that. It was more on like the monsters themselves and Sam and Dean's brotherhood and Cass when he gets introduced. But I will say, for a crime novel, it's all right. And again, I don't read a lot of crime novels. This is my first one, but I think it's good, like just good. It doesn't try to like it. And I'm more of a reader that goes for, like, I'll just go along with it. I just go with the flow. I just go on. I don't really try to figure it out. And honestly, I feel like if you're one of the readers that likes to figure this out, you'll love this. Another thing I want to say about this is the humor. Surprisingly, not that much humor, but when there is, it hits hard. Like Bob the Skull and that little fairy creature he met at Lake Michigan, Harry met, I should say, at Lake Michigan. Mwah. Like, that's how you do comedy in a noir style book. You just have these really serious moments of like 30s noir, and then just have some slapstick humor in there. This is fun. I'm really excited to go on with other books. Except I got Words of Radiance next. Like, the characters, I will say Harry is a surprisingly good character. Like, his inner monologue is surprisingly good. I will say he can be very horny at times, like surprisingly horny for a 25-year-old. I'm 23. I am not that horny. Although I don't necessarily blame him for thinking like, oh, there's a hot woman. Yeah, of course the dude is going to see like how hot she is. That's obvious. But even for like a woman that you've worked with forever, like, do you, what's the point? Or a woman you're probably never going to see again. What I will say is that this felt really episodic, almost like early Supernatural, where it was pretty episodic, and there's like a hint of a big plot, but you could probably just read this on its own and be completely fine. And I feel like you could read almost any Dresden File book just on its own, and you'd be fine with it. But it also has those hints, like the White Court, the his mom being a fairy, John Marcone, like you got a bunch of little hints that could set up a future book, And from what I know, he got a deal for 3 books. And so he had like what I'm assuming is the next two books planned out. A really surprisingly quick book. It's 300 pages and it's not really that long, but it was surprisingly quick. Like, I zoomed through this in like 3 days. 3 days. That's how long it took for me to read that. It took me 2.5 weeks to read Way of Kings. 2.5 weeks. So either Stormlight had an effect on me or I just got fast reading muscles, but either way, that was fun. I will say it's not like amazing. Like, I feel like if I didn't know that this was gonna move on and it was gonna get better, like everyone says it is, I'd probably just not prioritize this. But I'd read Fool's Moon. I'd read it. Just maybe not after Words of Radiance, but after Words of Radiance, Fool's Moon's next. But yeah, I give it like a 6. It's not like the greatest, but it's not inoffensively bad, like I've heard some people say. But I will say, I'm hoping in the next book there's more of the fantasy elements and there's like a bigger emphasis on it rather than just the big emphasis on what felt like just a straight up noir crime book. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, those are my thoughts. And I'm hoping to let you know what your thoughts are. And just so you, and also, if you stuck around to this part of the video, my next read, I already said it what it's going to be, but Words of Radiance, supposedly the best book in the Stormlight archive, and Brandon Sanderson's like magnum opus, his actual magnum opus. But yeah, that's my next read. I'll see you next time. See ya.